Three guys who combined to play 15 seasons in the National Football League trenches. Well, two guys. And Mackey, who didn't do shit. This is the O-Line Committee.
Good morning, good afternoon, however you are. Welcome to the O-Line Committee. I'm driving the ship a little bit more than normal today because, as you here for the YouTube audience can see, Mackey is traveling for once. It's not me. It's not me. Mackey's actually the one traveling. And from what we heard before we hit the record button, you had a fantastic TSA experience with our wonderful TSA friends. How was that? Please elaborate on your beautiful experience with TSA.
I'm trying to find. Actually, you know what? What? We're gonna improv real quick here, Jay. You know what I could use right now to calm myself down? A Lucy breaker. That's what I could use right now. Why don't you tell the audience, and then I'll tell you my story.
Yeah, I mean, a Lucy breaker, I mean, you can't get enough of them. They're 100% pure nicotine, right? Always tobacco free. They're nicotine pouches, but they always have that little extra surprise, right? They have that, each one holds that capsule. And when you break that capsule, you get that burst of extra flavor. It's got that little extra hydration. So if, like me, and like Declan over on Purple Daily, you're a Lucy fan, go to lucy.co/OLC, use promo code LLC, get 20% off your first order. Lucy has a 30-day refund policy if you change your mind. Again, lucy.co and use code OLC to get 20% off. Fine print, as always. Lucy products are only for adults of legal age. Every order is age verified. This product does contain nicotine, which is the good stuff. Nicotine is an addictive chemical. So again, only use it if you're an adult of legal age. Again, promo code OLC at checkout.
Okay. Can we finally get to week 6?
No, I need to know what happened. Shut up. I need to know what happened with Mackey at TSA.
Hurry up, Mac.
I need to know.
First of all, I'm sitting here at the Alex Boone International Airport of San Francisco, California.
Oh, that's a big one. That's a big one. You gotta be careful.
How many flights have you taken in and out of?
Way too many.
Too many.
Dude, you can get lost there like that. I mean, it's bad. There's a lot of doorways, a lot of exits. It's trouble.
It's pretty insane. So I'm gonna try to give you the quick version of the story. But my grandfather fought in World War II. Back in the early 1940s, and our family he's the one that played for Notre Dame for Newt Rockne.
Right? Yeah.
Oh yeah. 1930. So he's quite the life story. I never met him. He died before I was born, but he fought in World War II, and so we've kept these family heirlooms from his time in Europe and just some of his life in like the 30s and 40s. In 2011, when I was traveling to cover a Twins Cleveland game as a beat writer, so I had 2 of his World War II dog tags given to me when I was younger, like the genuine, literally like the World War II dog tags. And so I had 2 of them, and I was wearing one 15 years ago through the Cleveland airport, and as I was about to walk through the little metal detector thing, they said, "Oh, hey, that necklace you have on, toss that in one of these little bins, because you're going to get flagged for." Oh yeah, okay, take it out. The thing goes through. This is 15 years ago. The thing goes through the security check, comes out, the bin is empty. So somehow, like, the necklace, I don't know if it got like flung out, lost forever, 15 years ago. But it's okay. I've got 2 of these things, right? I have worn the other dog tag almost every day for 15 years. I get to the security checkpoint here at SFO. Literally deja vu. Same thing. Hey, that necklace you got on, just throw it in one of these little buckets. Oh, yeah, okay, cool. Boom.
Gone.
The bucket comes out of the checkpoint, gone. I just spent the last 20 minutes. I'm kind of laughing about this, but inside I'm actually like furious. I spent 20 minutes talking with like literally anyone I could talk to. Can you dig underneath? This is literally a 1944 World War II dog tag. And dummy me putting it in the bucket again. I should have just stuck it in
the backpack, stuck it in the zipper.
So they literally they gave me this little, I don't know, this generic contact card here and said, toward the end of the day, you can like call the lost and found, and if somebody found it, they can. But they're trying to run the security checkpoint, so they don't give a shit about me. But I'm sitting here just boiling right now because I made the same mistake. We have other heirlooms, but it's like I had 2 of those and I lost both the same exact way at TSA in 2 different airports, like an idiot. I don't know what the fine is, but ding me. For
that's not a fine. That's just a bummer.
Bad.
That's just
sucks.
a bummer fine.
I'm sorry, Mackey.
Oh, buddy, that's annoying. I'd be upset too.
So my takes are gonna be a lot more fiery today.
He's a lot hotter today. Okay, calm down a little bit.
Well, hey, that's a good.
Since
segment.
you're into a spicy
it's a good
mood,
segment. Why don't you go ahead and take the first mic? You take the first mic, which you do here on the show every week. We identify the mic, right? Mackey, you have the privilege of taking the first mic this week since your Vikings didn't play. At least I don't have to hit you with a homer fine. So please continue.
Do it.
Sure. I'll hit you with the first mic. My first mic is the New York Giants for not doing what they should have done a few weeks ago and put the Chiefs out to pasture for the 2025 season.
Thank you, Mackey.
Your Giants had a chance to bury the Chiefs in primetime once and for all. And instead of putting Jackson Dart out there with his mobility and his spryness, you had Russell Wilson throwing upper deck
at the goalpost.
Yeah. And so because of that, the Chiefs stay alive for another couple weeks. They win a big game 2 weeks ago against the Ravens. They lost last week, and they're kind of back, man. Like they beat the Lions yesterday. They're kind of back.
Well, they're back.
And it's the Giants' fault.
But why does everyone else in the division have to suck all of a sudden?
Well,
that's what I don't understand. No, you can't. Your dad got so lucky. Your dad got so lucky in Miami.
Look at this.
Listen,
the Giants actually win a game. He's excited.
Lucky.
Look at that. The Giants win a game. He's excited.
Lucky.
Hit him with the homer fine. Go ahead right now. And an instigator. Thank you. Listen. First of all, have you seen Miami's talent on their team? I get why.
We're not talking about Miami. Don't defend Dad. No, don't defend Dad. We're talking about Kansas City. We're talking about Kansas City.
The Chargers shouldn't have won.
I was saying the rest of the division's not good, and I was going to go into Kansas City.
That's a lie, because I'm telling you the Chargers are good. They just won.
Fine.
And the Broncos are good, too. Now, I didn't worry about them because they barely beat a team that's winless.
You can't say the Broncos are good after that performance. Stop it.
First of all, it was in London. Chill out, brother. You're taking life way too serious. You're mad because we got on you last night about this exact issue. Your Giants were supposed to just come in slowly and be like, you're done. But instead, they let them stomp on them. Now, all of a sudden, they're coming back. And what do we hear all last night? Rashid Rice is back next week. It's like, oh, my God, we're so screwed. Here, we could have not been listening to this, and it's over. It's all over. They're coming back. They are back. What happened with the Lions at the end of the game shows you how irritated we all are with them. Like, they're all just like, hey, you want to shake hands? Want to shake hands now? Are we shaking hands? Let's do the handshake thing.
That was ridiculous.
Oh, my God. Oh, Brian Branch is definitely in so much trouble.
He's
so much trouble.
Because he's not a first-time offender.
No.
They might suspend him for at least 1 or 2 games. Like, seriously.
I was thinking a game.
The league might just be like, hey, you are a repeat offender. You've had these issues. You're done. Right, you can't just walk up to the starting receiver and punch him in the face. Like,
what are you doing?
I don't care. Juju didn't even look like he said anything. No. But to your guys' point, I mean, I do think the Chiefs are back. I think they figured themselves out in their rhythm of what they want to do. To the Lions' credit, they were playing key like cornerbacks 6 and 7. I couldn't. Besides Kirby Joseph, I didn't know who any of those dudes were in the back end. You're like, who the hell is that guy? Right? Like, you're like, isn't that dude the one that was putting fries in the bag like a week ago? Like, you don't know who any of these people are. And so the Chiefs and Andy Reid, being the genius that he is, went, hey, we're going to make these dudes tackle our athletes in space. We're going to get the ball out super quick. It's going to be these quick shots down the field. Patrick Mahomes never threw the ball like more than 30 yards in the air. No. It was just death by 1,000 paper cuts right down the field. Possession routes, getting Pacheco going. And that was more of what the Kansas City of last year did to get themselves and run to the Super Bowl. And so, yeah, it took them 6 weeks to figure their lives out and where they're going to go. And they're going to get Rashee Rice back. I mean, their first round left tackle didn't even play last night. And hey, shout out Dan Moore. Shout out to Moore. He did his well, and he handled Aiden Hutchinson for the most part. Right, Aiden didn't wreck the game. He had his moments, right?
Yeah, late hit.
What the hell
was that about?
The late hit was terrible, and also, why are we putting tight ends on edge rushers? Why are we 2025? Are we still going, hey, tight end, block the best edge rusher on their team? It'll be fine.
Because we can't have the guards doing it. We saw what happened with the Lions on the other side. I mean, that to me was more eye-opening. And you can say what you want.
Well, Chris Jones turned it on. Chris Jones turned it on.
He
was like, oh, y'all want to dog on me for taking a play off at the end of the game last week? Shut up and watch.
Well, not only that, but dude, Chris Jones might not even be the best edge rusher in the NFL, and now all of a sudden you've put that tape out, and you go, oh boy, now we got problems, right? Like, especially because you're in a tough division. I'm almost positive Green Bay just picked up somebody. Who was that? Oh, yeah. Wait a minute. Okay, never mind. I'm not even worried about it anymore. That's my whole problem. The 7th cornerback and those guys fighting on defense, that's a whole nother issue they're going to have to deal with. That's a fine that you don't even want to know about. The problem becomes on offense. This defense just punched you right in the mouth, and your guards didn't have an answer for one of the best rushers. I mean, at times, dude, they were standing still, and it was like, no, don't do that. You have to move with him, right? Like punch, move, all these things. But you're like, wait a minute, this is not what they want to do. What's going on? And it starts to make me think that the last year's team where they were dealing with all these injuries, and you're like, oh, boy, this is where we are again, where the defense can't keep up and the offense can't score enough points, and now all of a sudden you don't have a left tackle and we're exposing all of our guards. It's a lot at once, and that was one of the games where they should have came out and really been on fire and ready to go. And to start a fight at the end of the game like that was so stupid. Just so classless. And for your coach to have to stand up there, for Dan
and
to
apologize
and be like, dude, I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry to everybody here. Like, please don't kill us on the way out. Like, we are really sorry. And I think everybody got worried because the minute you saw Patrick get involved, everybody was like, what is going on, right? Like, that was risky. That was very dangerous what just happened there, Brian, because you could have gotten the living fuck stomped out of you by every single offensive lineman over there. Like, what are you doing? What do you think you're doing right now? Take your ass whipping and get the fuck out of our house. Like, why can't you be like everybody else? And poor Dan's over here like, shit. I'm sorry. He's sorry. We're all sorry. Like, guys, fuck the showers. Let's just get the hell out of here. Like, just a bad night for them in general. I'll be honest, I was excited. When the minute you throw the ball to the quarterback, it was like, holy shit, they're getting creative again, right?
Dude, I had to explain. I had to explain that flag to like 100 people, right? Because people are like, people do that all the time. Like they go, it's like he never got set. Like you have to at one point in time establish yourself for 1 second, one Mississippi, and just go set. Then you can move. He was in continuous movement from the huddle.
And he could have done it.
Like
because
it
nobody would have thought of anything, right?
No.
Like, oh, it's just Wildcat. He's just getting set.
I'm also very, very interested to see how they all of a sudden decided that.
Did you see that?
Like
they came
30
together.
seconds afterwards.
They came together. Like, did you see that?
It's not a reviewable play. It's not. New York's not allowed to ring down in the headset.
What's that, New York?
And then all of a sudden they were like, hey, hold on. He wasn't moving. Hey, let's have a conversation because I think that's a little bit of bullshit.
Who was the official?
I call a little bit of bullshit on that one.
Who's the official on the TV network? Was it Terry McCauley?
I don't know who the official was.
I think it was Gene Sterator.
Well, whoever it was started talking about.
A cool reporter that like interviewed the head official after the game.
Yeah,
and they timed it. It was like 1 minute 7 seconds of a huddle, and they were trying to figure out what you guys are saying, which is okay. Like, what were you? They said they were trying to piece together all the things they all saw from different angles, but you know that somebody was in there.
Somebody was in their ear because the minute that they started talking about it on TV, and because
that's a pre-snap penalty.
Well, listen,
if that happens, and you recognize it as a guy, you throw the flag immediately.
Yes,
like that's not something where you come together and be like, hey, before all that craziness happened, did we all see him get set? That's not something that you come back. I think New York buzzed in the ear and was like, hey, somebody saw that he didn't get set, right? And they're like, hey, did someone see that? Yeah, I think that was a little bit, and that's opening a little bit of Pandora's box. New York should not be able to chime in with stuff like that.
The problem was they stopped at the minute that he said that on TV. He was like, this should not have been allowed. That was a penalty. And all of a sudden it was like, wait a minute, all the refs are coming together. And they actually said that, and it was like, what do you mean they're coming together? They never just come together.
Surprised. Dude, Dan should have lost his mind.
Oh, he should.
Dan should have went ape shit.
Well, the problem is you don't want to get that place going early because Arrowhead's so tough to play in. And you get Patrick Mahomes going, and then you hit him late. And the minute that he got up and he was like, what the fuck was that? I was like, you pissed him off.
I know.
Now you're pissing him off. It's like LeBron. What are you doing? You don't want to do that.
I mean, to be fair, there was really only one like true blow Mahomey moment by Collinsworth last night. And it's when he ran it, and then he's like, "What quarterback does that?" I was like, "Do you not watch any other games
Jackson
besides
Dart
like? Have you not watched Jackson Dart? Have you not watched Daniel Jones? Like,
what are you talking about?
They all run, man. Jalen Hurts, like, what quarterback does that? I don't know, all of them. Like even Goff ran last night. Like, what are we talking about?
Dude, he loves. He just can't help it. He must feel his hands coming up.
Yeah,
and all of a sudden they're like, Tirico's like, chill, bro, chill. He's like, I can't. It's coming now. I need to say something. God.
But yeah, Chiefs are back. I agree. Giants should have killed him when they had him down, but didn't get it done. But I'm gonna go take the next mic, and my next mic is gonna be the New York Football Giants.
Bro,
Thursday
Scatterboo.
night football, and you've got a dude that's going to be so fun to watch in the NFL for
So
3
fun.
years because that's all he's going to last.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
He's going to
For
last
sure.
3
Dude,
years in the
All-Star
NFL,
Junior,
and
he's
it's
out.
going to be a fantastic ride until eventually his body just breaks down into a million pieces.
Guys, I can't do this.
Jackson Dart has vitalized that offense. They went out there and shoved it to Philly. It wasn't like, oh, we battled. New York was in control of that game for 60 minutes. Like, I really believe that. Like, they had Philly playing catch up the whole time. And I'm going to have maybe a hot take, and you guys can tell me if you think I'm crazy. We talk about with the Eagles all the time that they can function in dysfunction, right? And they're one of the few teams that the chaos actually thrives them.
Right.
I think the NFL is undefeated in time, that eventually the chaos catches up with you. Eventually the nonsense catches up with you, and eventually you just can't overcome it enough. I think the Eagles are there. I think the Eagles have reached the point where it is enough distraction, it's enough nonsense, it's enough everything that until they can get stability and everything put back together, they're going to continue to really struggle to win football games.
Wait. Hold on. You got to finish the rep here. Finish your take.
Yeah.
So you were starting down a hot
the take?
What is the end of your take?
The end of my take is that the Eagles miss the playoffs.
There you go.
The end of my take is that the Eagles miss the playoffs.
Wow, dude.
You're taking a Thursday night game way out of context. This is a Thursday night.
I'm taking 3 weeks in a row. I'm not
Listen.
taking Thursday night. I'm taking 3 game sample size in a row here. This is not Thursday night. We all got on the show last week and said that the Eagles were going to be
sensitive.
fine. We did a film breakdown that you had to miss, and we had to talk about how the
Maggie's
Eagles were going
getting
to be fine.
That's an ultra.
That's an ultra
just
sensitive for
saying.
sure. Jesus.
You're just willing to go apologetically, just go, oh, the Eagles will be fine. Dude, this is a 3 game sample size of them
No.
absolutely not being okay.
I'm not. I'm saying this is a Thursday night game against a divisional opponent with 2 young future stars that I am so excited about. There's no question. By the way, did you see Dayball running into that tent? The fuck he is hurt. You got to be kidding me. Like, dude, not happening. But the problem becomes when you're in this division, you have to do that week in and week out. Dude, that's a tough division. Dude, look at Dallas. They're even kicking. Their offense is on fire. Their defense sucks, no question. But, dude, they're still a tough team. You have Washington. You have Philly. And then you're looking at the Giants. And, yeah, I want to love the Giants, dude, but they lost their number 1 receiver. And that's the one thing where I'm like, God, I want to love
But that's
you guys
the
to
point,
death.
Boone. They lost neighbors.
It was a
They lost their
Thursday
number
game.
2 receiver. They lost, like, they were out there throwing receivers to Lil Jordan Humphreys was out there making plays and doing catches.
Scatterboo was getting flipped upside down and ran all over. And I'm just looking. I go, hey, I love what they did. I'm just not ready to bury the Eagles. In
So
this
what's
game.
your excuse for Denver?
What's my?
What's your excuse for them almost
They're
losing
young,
to LA?
too.
So
LA
if you're a
LA's
young,
tough.
fun team, you can beat the Eagles. Is that what your take
What
is here?
game are
That
you
they're
even
fine?
talking about? The
Dude,
Broncos?
they should have. Yes, they lost to the Broncos. Then they go on and they lose to the Giants. Those are not like Super Bowl contender football teams here, and they're not
Dude, the
like
Broncos
they
are
just.
tough. The Broncos are a tough team. They're the number 1 pressure team in the defense.
You're talking about
what
the
are you talking
Super
about?
Bowl
Then they
reigning
haven't been able
Super
to
Bowl
run.
champions that
Yes,
can't do
and
anything.
They just played. You're talking about a team where they played the number 1 pressure defense, and they haven't been able to run the ball. And you're looking at it, we're going, they're just loading the box every time they're trying to run the ball. I got you. I'm with you. But until you knock them off, I'm still have to go. Yeah, no. They
What?
could flip
Okay,
a
so what
switch.
counts as knocking them off besides losing 2 weeks in a row to teams that
You'd
one
have to
team
lose
that's very
another
much
one.
below-
You'd have to James
Okay.
Franklin yourself.
You have
You'd
to
have
go
to
3 in a
just
row.
James
huh?
Franklin yourself out of here until I go. All right, well, 3 in a row, got to go.
Okay,
Sorry.
so I'm gonna hold you. So if
60
they
million,
lose,
gotta
so if
go.
they lose to the Vikings this week, you think they miss the
Oh,
playoffs?
for sure. If they lose the
Which
Vikings,
they
I will
will.
call them
They're
out.
going
I
to,
will
by the way.
definitely call them out of the playoffs for
right.
sure. Jay,
Yeah,
yes,
here's the
yes,
thing.
yes.
It's not just a 3-game sample. It's not just a 3. It's the whole season. They've been outscored, outgained. I think going into the week, they were like, in terms of like net yards for and against, like 3rd from the bottom. Like their
Yes.
process is not winning process on the field, let alone all the drama and everything that you talk about. So,
And you know who's a
and by
big
the way,
part-
they're walking in. The Vikings have had 2 weeks to prepare. They're going to get some guys healthy. They're walking into US Bank Stadium. They're probably going to lose again and drop to 4-3.
And
I'm
that's
with
when we
Jay on
can go, okay, they're out for sure. And you know who I feel like is a big part of this is Jalen Carter not showing up. And all of a sudden it's like, dude, here's a dude we thought was just going to be wrecking games. And we're over here like,
He's
is this guy?
missing games. He's
Jordan
missing
Davis
games.
is
He's
showing
out
up more than
he's-
you.
Well, he wasn't even in this game. He didn't play, and he's been out of shape when he did play.
That's my point.
Yeah, he has taken a big sophomore slump regression in his game, which is probably why a lot of people were worried about taking him in the top 10. Right? Like the talent level's there, and as you go through your rookie season and everything's been regimented up until that point, you're not worried as much about is he going to be ready to go when he's a rookie. The question then arises, when I send this dude home for 3 months, what's he going to look like when he comes back? What's he going to look like through OTAs? And I mean, getting called out by Fangio about needing to be in shape more and then missing football games. He's got to get it figured out because he is a huge part of what allows Vic Fangio to do what he wants to do, which is not blitz and let he has to, keep everything back and create pressure with the front four. They lose Miles. They lose Miles to the Patriots, who I think was a big piece of that defense last year. There's a few things that just aren't clicking, and I think that they may be venturing too far into the deep water.
And listen, I get what you're saying, and now I'm starting to remember last week's game. And let's not forget, Zach Bond hits that running back late, and all of a sudden we're like, "What do you mean you're extending the drive?" I agree, but those are mental errors. Those are dumb. How about the Hail Mary? The two guys are over here overcut. But until you knock them officially off, it's like it's there.
Giants just did.
That's what they've been doing for years. They've been overcoming this for years. You're going to tell me 2 weeks? We're like, it's over. It's the same thing with the Chiefs.
Like Maggie said,
we've been trying.
Steak and a beer.
Steak and a beer.
Well, we have to wait.
I want to see.
No.
Right I said at this.
Steak and a beer right now.
I told you it's too soon. I told you it's too soon.
No, right now.
Coward.
I told you it's too soon. You beat the Vikings. I'll give you that. They'll go.
Coward.
They lose. I'm not taking that. No.
Coward.
So you're hot.
2 weeks. You want me to be like, oh, they're out after 2 weeks? You guys are pussies.
But Booney, your hot take. It's not even hot take Tuesday yet.
It's not.
That if they lose to the Vikings, that their season's over, which means
then I'll say yes.
In mid-October, their season is on the line right now. This week,
it's a must-win.
No, I feel like it is a must-win. You're right, because this is what's going to happen. The Twitter's going to start to blow up, and all of a sudden A.J. Brown's going to be like, just here by myself, or it's going to be a guy walking with the cane all by himself, and you're going to go, this is it. This is the 3-game slump where the Twitter starts blowing up, and all of a sudden the head coach can't calm anything down, and they start fighting each other, and then you turn into Miami. What do you want me to say? 2 weeks, you can look at that and go, guys, we can pull our heads out.
That's a good transition here. Take the next mic with Miami there, Booty.
Okay, thank you. I will take the Chargers, and God, I love Ladd McConkey, what he can do, and that Herculean quarterback. My God, that guy is amazing. I'll take my fine. But we're going to talk about something way more important. Tua, number one. You're making me laugh, and here's why. When you're talking about players-only meeting, I love how he's like, guys are showing up late to players-only meeting. It's like, that's a players-only meeting, moron. You are the one responsible for letting the players know to be outside. That is not a coaching problem. That is a you problem.
For the audience that didn't see the quote, can I just read it?
Oh, absolutely. Yes, please read. The quote is so damn.
I want to say a couple things. Go ahead.
They get up there, they lose this game. The Ladd McConkey play, my God,
insane.
Dude. But by the way, Herbert not taking the sack, McConkey put his foot around the whole thing. But so Tua says after the game, he says, I think it starts with leadership and helping articulate that for the guys and what we're expecting out of the guys. Like, well, you're one of the two main leaders, you and the head coach. So, okay. And then he says, we got guys showing up to players-only meetings late, guys not showing up to players-only meetings at all. And we have to let them know that that's not okay. It's like, yeah, dude. And then, by the way, I saw there was like a former.
Hold on, let him go.
A former Dolphin jumped on Twitter, retweeted it, and said, I was there for like half a season, and my first meeting, Tua was late to. So.
Listen. This is what's funny about this. Players-only meetings are scheduled by the players. So you're mad at the coach for making players late or not even there, and it's a player. You're supposed to be the one in charge of that. But yes, to stand up there and call out your head coach, like, dude, I can't do this anymore when you're going to do things. Like, if you're going to be like, hey, to offensive meeting, guys are late, it is what it is. Like, number one, you should never say some shit like that. You should never put your teammates on blast. You are to never speak about what happens inside these four walls to anyone outside of these four walls. And we're going to even bank it down to this. You see this floor that we're on? This is normally the basement. You fucking take our business upstairs to the main floor, you're gone. You are gone. If you're not making $200 million, your ass is fucking gone. You are never allowed to tell people. That's my point. If you're making it, right? But they're still looking at him like, did this dude really just do this? He just told them that they're late to the players-only meetings. Not only are they late to the offensive meetings, but they're late to their own meetings where they have to talk about the coaches. Like, God, you guys are so dysfunctional. That is the definition of dysfunction. See, you guys have it wrong. Philly, they're just frisky and fun. Miami, they're dysfunctional. You got that fucking quarterback making $400 million up here like, yeah, I don't know who should make guys show up on time. But they're not doing it.
It's wild.
I don't know, man. Maybe you.
If we took all of the, I'm not counting the rookie quarterbacks, but like the quarterbacks that have contracts. So there's like 20, 25 quarterbacks with like actual contracts from Daniel Jones all the way up, right? And you rank them in reverse order of leadership. In the bottom three would be Kyler Murray and Tua.
100%.
Don't even get me started on Kyler after what Jacoby did this weekend.
100%.
Those two are they're. I mean, at some point, I feel like Mike's going down with this ship, and we should be looking more at Tua. Like, dude, what are you doing to help this situation? Because you look at this game last week, dude. Offensively, Devon Achane is insane. Right, and you have Jalen Waddle over there, and now you got Darren Waller. By the way, when the fuck did this guy come out of retirement? What? Dude, why are you not on the Giants? You're on the wrong team, bro. You thought it was going to blow up down there, and this all went sideways. But you're looking at this going...
He wanted to live in Miami and not East Rutherford.
Get the fuck out of here with that. My point is, I'm looking all around the offense going, man, this is really stacked, and your defense should be built for pressure. What the hell is the problem? I'm starting to look more at Tua going, I think it's you, dude. I really, like, don't get me wrong, the vibe of the head coach I've never really appreciated, right? Like the whole I'm just here to chill and have fun and say weird shit and not make sense. Like, all right, that's cool too. You sound like a kicker in the corner, but I don't know what to do with that. But as a leader that's making a ton of money that holds the football every single play and dictates the outcomes of these games, for you to stand up there and bitch about something stupid like that is so ridiculous to me that I know for sure it's not going to get better down there anytime soon.
Yeah, because you can do that when you're a proven leader and you've pulled terrible teams, like, and you've brought them with you. Like, I think about Joe Burrow and I think about Peyton Manning. I think about the great ones that if they stand up in front of the media like that and air dirty laundry, everyone in the locker room is going to be on notice the next week of, hey, the head man here is not screwing around anymore. It's the complete opposite for Tua. Tua goes up there and he's going to walk in the locker room and someone's going to be like, who do you think you are? Right? Who are you talking about? Because, hey, I know where the skeletons and the bodies are buried too. You want me to go up there and you want to start playing this game? Because now it's going to become a mudslinging throwing. Hey, who's at fault? Oh, you want to say we didn't show up too late? Okay, well, guess what? Now, and that's where the whole thing will just collapse from the inside out. And I don't care how good of a head coach Mike McDaniel is or how bad of a head coach he is.
That'll fail.
You cannot control that once that starts inside the locker room. There is no wrangling that back together.
Dude,
and
think about the last time.
That's the path you had, and I was like, hey, I remember burying that body. You want me to dig it up? I'll dig up that body. You want to play that game? Sure, let's do it.
The last time that somebody aired out dirty laundry like this was Ben Roethlisberger and Antonio Brown, and look how that ended. Yeah. Like, you never talk about your teammates like that. And you're right, because now the whole team's looking at you like, who was late? Who are you talking about that was late? Because I know you were late.
Name names, coward. You want to name names? Name names,
start
coward.
Looking at the offense, and the offense can start looking at the defense, and it's going to start to be like, hey, as an O-lineman in this situation, you're always like, hey, guys, hey, chill, right? Like, we're all cool. Because we're never late to shit. We have nothing to worry about. We are always like the open doors. Hell, you could take the door off our closet. We have nothing to hide, right? We're always the ones that are like, hey, blah, blah, blah. He didn't mean it. He wasn't talking about you. He didn't say your name, did he? He didn't. He could have.
It's the big personalities, which tend to be DBs and wide receivers. Just throwing that out there. Those are the two that'll go to war. It'll be a DB and a wide receiver that start yelling at each other because one will go after Tua, and then in the meeting that is being had probably about 3 hours ago in the Miami team meeting room on a Monday morning will be very telling, and the press availability here will be very telling to find where the heartbeat of this team is moving forward. Because if it starts going back and forth a little bit, it's going to come off the rails.
Dude, what if you just saw
really fast?
You see Chop Robinson like, okay, on the 21st, Tua was late, and he didn't show up to the walkthrough. Right? Yeah. On the 23rd.
I have a hot take off this whole Miami thing, and I'm trying to decide, do I save it for tomorrow or do I just unleash it right now? I'm going to
save it.
Right
let's no. Let's see that. No.
Shut
let's
up.
see.
There'll
let's
be
wait
plenty
to
of
see
hot
the media
takes.
availability.
There's plenty of hot takes coming out of Miami. It won't be.
There'll probably be another. I'll give it to you. Brian Flores was right.
Well, I didn't expect that. I did not
Brian
expect
Flores
that.
Was right. I mean, he basically
he pegged Tua.
Tua, right?
Yeah. And Tua kind of blamed it all on him, and it's just, I mean, dude, it was that got ugly.
Yeah, there is a common denominator here. Of
there
what's
sure
going
is.
On.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Oh man.
By the way, impromptu Mike here from the airport. I picked a gate or like where am I at here? I'm at C4 here, SFO. purposely because there was no flights coming out of it.
Let me
so
guess.
just literally just an empty gate. And someone came up for 5 minutes and sat 2 seats down from me in this massive empty gate. And I thought, is this like Booney sending one of his one of his cronies?
You should have just started going nuts. You should have just started going nuts.
It was somewhere in the, I think it was somewhere in the Eagles steak and a beer take that they got annoyed by me talking football loudly. So they pieced out.
That's their fault.
Yeah,
shouldn't have been standing there.
Seriously, no way.
I have a mic for you guys here.
New mic, let's do it.
After we shout out, if I can hit this, we'll see if it works. Oh, it does. My bookie is here to help you have a little more fun and make some money this football season. All you have to do is go to mybookie.ag, use the code OLINE if you've never done so before, and any bet you choose up to $500 is fully covered. So whether it's NFL, college, super contest, survivor pools, MyBookie makes it easy. Use that code OLINE, mybookie.ag, and you can help the show too. Look, I'm already screwing this up here. Also, O-Line Committee is pumped to partner with FVP and Menards, FVP Auto Parts here, boys. And listen, winter's coming for those of us in the Midwest or just the northern part of the country. If you've got those summer toys, if you've got those boats, whatever it may be, you want to make sure you get those winterized going into storage. So Lucas Marine Motor Oil is your friend from FVP Auto Parts. Good preparation in the fall sets you up for a good spring, and that means changing the oil, making sure your boat's engine is protected over the winter. So head to Menards. There's 15 states that have Menards, especially the northern states, even down to Nebraska and Jeremiah country. So head to Menards and stock up on Lucas Marine Motor Oil because performance matters on the road and beyond.
Yeah, it does.
Can Jay, you were kind of clowning the Broncos earlier, and I tend to side more with Booney on the Broncos being a legit sneaky team. So my next mic
Did
is
you
the
watch
Jets.
that game?
Well,
Don't get me wrong. It was pitiful. It was horrible. But
dude,
listen,
do you know how many? So the Jets ran 57 plays in that game.
yeah,
They averaged 1.4 yards per play. They had in the passing game. They had negative 10 passing yards.
so bad.
Negative 10 passing yards, dude. and some of that's the Jets being the Jets, but some of it's the Broncos defense is ridiculous.
Oh, insane, dude. In their pass rush right now with Cooper and Benito, I mean, they're on fire. And 9 sacks. I mean, dude, after 5, you just need to start running the ball, right? You're 0-5 going into this game. You've given up 5 sacks. You're going into halftime. You need to be like, listen, whatever we do, we need to run the ball and get the hell back home. We thought coming here was going to help us win, and it didn't. Like, they are just not
Here's
doing
the thing.
well.
They were never out of that game.
No,
and that's the
what's
part
crazy.
that's the
I get
part
it.
for me that really worries me about the Broncos is you've got a winless Jets team that literally can't stop stepping on their own toes. I mean, you had that Breece Hall quote a few weeks ago. It's like other teams like shoot themselves in the foot. Like we shoot ourselves in the foot and then pull the gun on our own heads. Like that's pretty much what they do. Like they just constantly are just. He literally said it. Like he's the one who said it. He says like we're the ones. I'll find the quote. He's like other teams shoot themselves in the foot. Like we shoot ourselves in the head. It's horrible. And when you can't do anything and you have an offense, because I don't think the Jets defense is something to really write home about. Like they're decent. They're probably middle of the road. But the Broncos offense concerns me because going back to what you said about the Eagles, the sample size as a whole from the Broncos offense has not been great, right? They did not pick up where they left off last year. J.K. Dobbins hasn't truly gotten going. They don't know if it's Harvey is the true RB1. They just haven't found a way. And so if they haven't found a way, it's week 6 now. So I think it's fair to say we're no longer in the growing phases of, hey, we're putting it all together. We're knocking the rust off. You kind of are who you are at this point in the season, and you start refining as we head into this middle block of the season. I'm very concerned about the Broncos offensively to be able to put together a run to win that division, to beat the Kansas City Chiefs twice, right? To do all the things that they need to do. I am very concerned about the Broncos offense with Bo Nix right now.
I mean,
that last game was concerning. There's no question. Like you go against a winless team over in London, you should just be like, hey guys, we're just barely here to do anything, and they should roll over. But they didn't, and they ended up going all the way down to the wire. Johnny looked at me at some point and was like, negative 10 yards passing. How is that possible? And I was like, Johnny, it's a long story, but it's not good.
Here's the thing.
Like,
I don't know how
bad.
Vegas does it, because Vegas, I saw something on Twitter right before the game that was like, it had Justin Fields over under passing yards at 108. And everyone was like, dude, everyone was like, hammer this, right? Like, go for this. This is crazy. There's no way he only throws for 108 yards.
You know what they saw? They saw
Vegas knows.
Vegas knows that they have one of the best pass rushes, and they looked at this offense and they were like, they're going to get in trouble. This was not hard to see. Dude, Cooper and Benito, what they're doing on defense right now is insane. They're just destroying teams. They're leading. I think somebody said like they have more sacks right now than they've had all last year or something. Like, dude, they're going wild with it. And you look,
the defense is great.
And you look at the Jets right now, and you're like, dude, I don't know how to stop. Like, look at Garrett Wilson trying to fucking lose his mind right before halftime because they let 25 seconds roll off the clock. Would you not be pissed too? Would you 100%. Not be like, hey, what are we doing? Because they all just ended up standing around looking at each other like, well, do you want to do Demon? No. Do you want to do China Bowl? No. Okay, well, you stand there and I'll stand here and nobody will do anything. Like, it was like, this is what you are. This is not even a professional team at some point. Like, I feel bad for the head coach, and I know it is what it is. People can make excuses. There's no quarterback. There's not enough quarterbacks on the market. At some point, you would think you would have won a game by now, or at least been competitive. And we haven't seen either, which is
they were competitive week one. They were competitive week one against Pittsburgh, but since then, I mean, Mackey, I feel bad for you and your Fat Guy Fantasy Football update because pretty sure you took the Jets as one of your teams there, and so that's not going to be super helpful.
They might still be squeezing out some rushing yards.
Dude, Breece Hall is probably the only good thing on their team. There's no question. He gets like one or two.
Breece Hall and Garrett Wilson are phenomenal players. Will McDonald's a pretty good edge rusher for them.
Going to get traded soon.
Yeah, that's the thing is if I'm the head coach of the New York Jets, I'm fire sailing and gathering picks and money to go rebuild myself this next offseason.
So bad.
Yeah, on the Broncos though, dude, they have, like Booney brought this up. Their offense doesn't need to be this high octane thing because their defense has the number one pressure rate in the league. They have 30 sacks already through 6 games, including 9 yesterday. And the second highest sack team has 20. So they already have 10 more than the Steelers and the Seahawks.
5 a game. That's insane. That's 5 third downs. You have completely wrecked the game. That could destroy a game. That's why this defense is so stout. You don't need the offense to be crazy, but I will say this. There are times when the offense is going that I get the old Saints vibes, and I see Drew standing back there, and you're like, oh boy, because you see like 2 swings coming out this way, and you see guys going down the field, and you're like, oh shit, they're doing it. They're stretching every inch of this field, and they're trying to get the playmakers to do it. And they have playmakers out there, right? Mims and Harvey, and you've talked about some of the guys, Sutton and all these guys. But at some point, it's like, okay, you guys really got to get clicking because if you can get going and this defense can continue to suffocate people, now you have the entire West to yourself because it's like, okay, Chiefs, let's see what we're doing. But that's why I'm so mad, and we're also like, damn it, the Chiefs might be back because you're barely beating the Jets, you're barely beating a dysfunctional Miami team, which has talent every which way, and there's no question. But yeah, we're with it.
I don't know. The Raiders are also dead.
Don't even fucking start with the Raiders. Listen, I'm going to give you this new mic, and I can't believe we didn't start the show with this guy. MVP, I should have picked him. I don't know why I did it. Baker Mayfield doesn't even need an offense. Don't even give him a line. You know what? I'll snap the ball to myself. I'll run it. This guy is so...
Dude, down top 3 receivers, down special. RB1, down right tackle 1, right guard 1. He's special. And just out there making it happen. Every single that run on 3rd and 14.
The run, dude.
That thing. He stood up and had that look in his eye, like I'll kill everyone.
He's got it. That's it. That's it right there. If you ask somebody what is it, that play.
Pull that clip up. Pull that clip up and say that
definition of it.
That is it. You look up it in the dictionary, and it's just a picture of Baker Mayfield like this.
Kids got
after 3rd and 14. I mean, I can't wait to see what this Bucs team is when they get all their guys back. I want to see this Bucs team at full strength so bad because when you have Ibuka and you have Godwin and you have Evans and Bucky Irvins and Wright and Tristan Wirfs and Luke Gadecki and Cody Mock, who's stopping them? Who? No one in that division. Not a single, not a single team in that division can hold a candle to them. No, who? Who?
Well, I mean, the Panthers. They keep running for 250 yards. So they're going to cause some problems. I know. I'm not yet. I'm not crowning them yet. But I will say this. We'll get to them in a minute. What you're saying about Tampa makes me think that this is the team in the NFC that you're like. Okay,
I agree.
You're fucked because
if you can get healthy, this is the team in the NFC.
Right? You're over there like, is that Kate Otten? Who is that? Like, what the fuck are we doing right now? Is that Sterling Shepard? I thought he was with the Giants.
I thought he was on the couch.
Guys are showing up, and you know what it is? It's his moxie that gets them through this, and that makes them fired up. That Rashid White is running through shit, and you're like, who the hell is this? Right? Like, you have to love this team, and they are so, like, Todd Bowles, such a great dude. Defensively, they're going to blitz the shit out. How about the fact that Vita Vea runs into the punter, right?
Dude.
And he goes like this. He just looks aside. He's like, that's me. That's
Dude,
all me.
First of all, your giant body's not slowing down in dive to stop roughing the punter.
Did you see him? It took like 10 steps to slow him down, and I was like, not a chance.
Dude, the punter didn't even slow him down. Like, the punter was just like glancing blow, get the air brake and engine brake out.
Dude.
But, I mean, Levante David's still playing at an unbelievable level. I mean, year 15, still just coming in, sacking, taking the quarterback away, has the game-sealing pick last week. He is still playing at a ridiculous level. You're starting to see more of these edge rushers go. Vita Vea punching it up in the middle there. Oh, yeah, they're down Cansey, too, aren't they? Like, aren't they down the D tackle who had all kinds of...
I think so. Yeah.
This team is the walking wounded, and still, in my opinion, when they can get some guys back, the number one team in the NFC.
I agree. And, dude, think about it. The team that they beat, the 49ers, they're beat up too, right? Like, they're missing one of their
that was
they don't have Kittle.
Now Fred Warner's gone for the year.
That's going to be the biggest loss for them. But you talk about two teams that were injury-riddled that went after it and just fought to the death. Like, dude, the field was tore to shit.
Yes.
You could tell everybody was bloody and beat up, and you were like, this is the game. But turnovers, right? That was the difference in the game. Mac Jones throws an interception on that first third down, which you're like, oh, shit, this is not going to be good. And then a fumble later, which you're like, okay, that's really not going to be good. But Baker Mayfield puts this team on his back week in and week out. If he doesn't win the MVP, and if he continues to play like this and he doesn't win the MVP, it's a shame, dude. Because this dude, his moxie, his excitement, he brings this entire team up, and he gives them so much more. Like, you take him out of this, I don't know that they have this record.
No, well, he's checking the narrative boxes for MVP too. So you have to play really well, but then you also have to you have to overcome like injuries to carry your team.
You have to show that you're the best player in the league. Yeah. Why are you
what
best?
You know what I find? If he can carry the team, say he carries the team all the way, NFC Championship game, Super Bowl, whatever. Say Daniel Jones carries a team, NFC or AFC Championship or better. Is it time to have this serious conversation about we should only pay our quarterbacks between 30 and 40 million so we can build a big team around them?
Yes.
Because that's what's happening, right? If you're watching the reason we can name all of these playmakers on Tampa Bay and the reason we can name playmakers on Indianapolis and playmakers that are going to be in Seattle is because you have that extra $25 to $20 million in cap space to pay the players around them, right? There's only 2 or 3 quarterbacks in the entire league, in my opinion, that deserve $60 million. And their names are Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, and Josh Allen. Other than that, like the rest of these quarterbacks should be around 30 to 40 million. They're still very good at what they do. They're still able, but they're not good enough to throw the whole team on their back and say, I'll just do it myself, right? Dak Prescott, not that, right? Baker Mayfield's proven that he might be, and he might be setting himself up to go get 60 million, but Baker is a product of what's around him. Like, he has the answers, and when he has his full complement, I think that Tampa Bay and Indianapolis are setting, and maybe even Seattle, with what Seattle was able to do this weekend, they are setting maybe a new precedent that, hey, maybe if we have a guy that we like, but we're not super excited about to be 60 million, we'll let him walk, and we'll go find a quarterback that was drafted in the first round and somebody absolutely didn't like him where they were. We'll bring him in and pay him 30 and then build a team around him. I think this could be a turning point for some GMs and some ownership in the NFL looking around going, maybe we're doing this backwards.
Yeah, it's a new market. And if you've got the right offensive coaches and you've got the right infrastructure, and if those quarterbacks that were deemed broken went through like a quarterback rehab school, McVay or Kevin O'Connell or whatever it is.
Yeah, at least you said McVay first.
Right.
I did.
No.
That was a false belt.
Nah, we knew where you were going.
We knew what you knew. You wanted to say quarterback rehab school in Minnesota so bad.
I agree with you guys 100%. I think there's nothing more wasted than when you pay somebody $60 to $65 million. And I think you are seeing this where all of a sudden teams and owners are starting to go, if Baker's doing it, the problem becomes if Baker goes, I want more. Right? If Baker continues to sit in this, 35 is good enough for me as long as we get everybody around here paid. It's the minute that guys are like, you're going to pay me 60. I mean, I'm not going to say no to that, right? Like, all the teams have to buy in on
it's
that.
It's going to be really interesting with what they do with Baker next year because I just pulled up his contract. So for 2026, he has a $51 million cap hit for 2026. Right. And so now you're starting to go, okay, how are we going to handle this? We got to get him an extension, but what kind of extension do we get him? You know, like there's just so many pieces that look at this. I mean, he's got a $30 million roster bonus. Right. And so you're going to have to extend him out. But I agree. You got to find ways to keep these quarterback contracts down between the 30 and 40 million mark, because the second you start going, and if they just continue to inflate, look at the Bengals. The Bengals paid Joe Burrow all this money, and if he gets hurt and he gets dinged, and now you're like, okay, Joe Flacco, lead us to the promised land. Not going to happen. Or you end up being the Cleveland Browns, and you pay eight quarterbacks this year.
8 of them.
Eight of them are under Browns payroll collecting a check, and you've got your third-round rookie out there surviving for his life. Yeah. I think Tampa Bay and Seattle and Indy are huge case studies for the NFL this year moving forward to say, can we do it? Can we go the distance if we don't have a top 3 or top 4 quarterback in the NFL?
I'm almost rooting for them to do it now.
Did you see so the receiver, all these backup receivers and
Tez Johnson?
So Tez Johnson makes that ridiculous catch. And there was MVP chance. And he went to the sideline. He's a 7th round pick rookie. And he's telling his teammates, like, they're chanting MVP? Are they? I mean, really? They're chanting MVP? Like, dude, they're talking to Baker. They're talking to Baker, not you, Tez.
Stupid fucking rookie. They're talking about the quarterback, you idiot. God, that's just such a rookie comment.
Are they chanting my name?
Yeah, I haven't done anything yet, dude. I just caught 1 touchdown. Yeah, obviously, moron.
Listen, I can't even with this. And you know what? Speaking of the Colts, going into that game, what a fun game that was. And I just got to say this.
Great game.
Jacoby Brissett makes me hate Kyler Murray so much more because I'm looking at this guy who can barely fucking move, by the way. Like, he moves as well as I do.
He's old, dude.
And I'm like, okay, this guy's making it happen. He's surviving. He's getting it done. Holy shit, he's putting up some numbers. What's going on over here? This team was actually competitive for once, and it was with the backup who's been doing it for like 20 years. And at some point, this Kyler Murray experiment
Marvin
has
Harrison.
to go away. Dude. At some point, the Kyler Murray experiment has to be over.
Well, I mean, here's a hot take. Battlefield 6.
Hit it.
Battlefield 6 came out last week. Now Kyler Murray's missing games. I don't know. Coincidence?
I think.
I don't know. The new Call of Duty drops November, like first week in November.
They cut Gannon's balls off. He can't do anything, even if he was. I mean, what do you want the poor guy to do? I mean, the minute he goes over and yells at a player, the owner fines him $100,000 and is like, "How dare you speak to our players like that?" Not like the facility was any better.
I mean, what did you get real quick? We kicked that story from The Athletic around our text thread, but Diana Rossini talked to a bunch of like unnamed NFL executives, and some of them were saying, yeah, that owner basically cut Jonathan Gannon's.
Dude,
100%.
We called it on this show, and I told you that I texted somebody in that coaching staff and said that I stand with Jonathan the day after it happened and was like, we both would have been fighting that kid. Like, don't dare think that that was wrong. There is nothing wrong with what happened there. You play in a very, very emotional, intense game, and it's extremely physical. And for you to go out there and just do what you want carelessly with the ball, and I've said this and I'll say it again, shame on all those dudes, those former players, Saturday, all those guys that are, that's terrible about Gannon. It's like, dude, don't. You want to know where the skeletons are? Because I know dudes that know where the skeletons are. We can do this. We can do this, and we can talk about the bar of soap that was in the pillowcase, where we used to come in and beat the shit out of people. You really want to do this? We can do it. Stop it.
Yeah,
but
I don't. But the Colts on the other hand,
getting a win was huge.
This was one of the first times the Colts this year have been dragged into the deep water and were able to survive it. Right. So you're starting to say, okay, teams that are coming into week 7 now of the NFL, you've kind of got this blueprint of what they are, and now there's just boxes to be checked moving forward to validity of, are they contenders or are they pretenders? right? The Colts, for me, every single week are finding ways to continue to check box of their validity of being legitimate contenders, right? Daniel Jones converting big third downs. Hey, we got to ice a game away with 28 here. Can we do it?
JT.
Absolutely. Put it away. Can we call game on defense when they're trying to go? And can we create the interception? Can we create the sack that is just the back breaker? Yes, we can do that. Every single week that I watch, the Colts are becoming more and more a legitimate contender and a top 3 team in the AFC than a lot of the other teams. I mean, you have a lot more question marks about the Buffalo Bills right now than you do about the Indianapolis Colts.
Oh, for sure. And offensively, they have playmakers everywhere, right? Pittman, Pierce, Tyler Warren.
Well,
Jonathan
how much money is that quarterback making?
That's right. You said that. See, and that's why they're going to look at this and go, "This is not a bad idea." Like we will pay somebody way less to get all these guys around him who are playing extremely well, and you have a great offensive line, right? Like they're one of these teams that they're in a division that they could easily win. Now the Jags go down to Seahawks, goes differently this week. They're a team that's way too up and down for me, but the Colts, like Jay have said, have steadily, week in and week out, shown up and been like, okay, we can rush for a ton of fucking yards. And this guy back here loves to throw up more than 10 yards, 12 yards. And how many times have we seen the play action where the ball's just sailing through the green grass and you're like, holy shit, they're going to do it again. Like they're just chunk after chunk after chunk. And it starts with Jonathan Taylor. You have a great run game. Go through that to win these games. And that's what they're doing. They're not trying to change anything up. They're not trying to be cute about it. They're not trying to be like, I'll do this and whirly bird around this way. It's literally like this, hold, throw, catch, move it down the field. They're just so methodical in the way that they do it that all of a sudden it's going to become a problem for teams because they're just going to get so in routine and rhythm of just boot stomping people that you're like, shit, you're really going to have to show up and beat this team. You're going to have to beat them emotionally, physically, third down,
they're going to host
line. Like,
they're going to host a playoff game. I mean, you're going to have
sure.
to go into Indy and beat Indy in their house to advance, and that's not going to be easy to do.
Okay. Just, and I agree. I'm Indy looks like a machine right now, and Daniel Jones, awesome, all that stuff. Great. Okay. Let's say they host a division round game, and now it's time to go to, let's say they get to the AFC Championship game, just right now based on your take right now. And they're going to Orchard Park or Arrowhead. How does that game turn out right now?
I think they run the ball right down Buffalo's throat.
Right down Buffalo's. Buffalo's not scary me.
They go through to the
Buffalo's defensive front is the Achilles heel of that team.
Yes.
Right? The Ravens, who have been inept at running the football since week 1, shoved it right down Buffalo's throat, right? And you talk about if Ed Oliver's dinged at all, they have 0 interior pass rush. So I would say if the game was played tomorrow, I would give the nod to the Indianapolis Colts. Now, here's the X factor, Josh Allen, right? And you can never count that dude out. You can never say that if you need to go tit for tat, score for score, Josh Allen can't go run up and down the field with you and make it happen by any means necessary. But I think that the offensive line and the running game from the Indianapolis Colts right now is the strength of their team going against the weakness of the Buffalo Bills, right? It'd be a totally different conversation if we were like, it's going to be a shootout between Daniel Jones and Josh Allen, not Josh Allen every single time. Right. But it's not. It's going to be the run game of the Colts versus Josh Allen.
Agreed.
Late into January, into December, when that stuff matters and the wind's blowing and it's cold and the whole bit, I would give the nod to Indy right now, sitting here October 13th.
Wow, dude, that's a fine for going against your team. That's not a
fine.
You are a traitor.
You can't find me for a homerism.
Buffalo.
Indianapolis Chargers have to go to Indianapolis right now to go for the divisional round. Who wins that game?
Is Joe Alt back?
Yeah, Joe's back. I'm going Chargers. For sure, I'm going Chargers. Yeah, for sure. Their run game right now, even without Amari and Hampton, is on fire. Their receiving core is amazing. Yeah, no, I'm definitely going Chargers.
The run game against a team that gave up 250 yards rushing to Rico Dowdle, for sure.
I know, but still, they did it.
Powerhouse.
Sensitive. God, what is wrong with you
Me?
God, you are so
You have
sensitive.
a Stockholm. You just can't love thy captor.
I agree that the Colts would definitely put it to the Bills
captor.
right now. It's not. I'm just being honest. But the problem because the Colts have to go to Arrowhead, where you're looking at a way different defense that is just completely different feisty, right? Like that's where it's like, okay, I love you guys to death, but they just found themselves for the 12th time in the last decade, and they're ready to do some damn things because everyone's been shitting on them.
Their defense has to prove to me that they're better at stopping the run. they're in the bottom third of run defense. Like they're great when they get a lead and Spags can dial up all kinds of crazy looks and crazy stuff with Tranquil and Bolton and all that. They need to prove to me the Chiefs, in order to become who they need to be, have to get themselves in the top 15 or the top 10 in run defense to get to that point, which is where they're just not there right now. Will they get there? Probably, because of the freaking Chiefs. But that's the one thing, is their run defense is not good right now.
But the nice thing about this is the sample size might start to dwindle, because the minute you get Rashid Rice back, you're not going to be like, oh yeah, they're running the ball a ton. They're going to be
Rice doesn't stop
up.
the A-gap power.
No, but you have to stop Mahomes and his offense. And if it's 21-0, you're not going, hey guys, let's run stutter counter. You're going, shit, 2-jet, 3-jet, here we go, okie dokie. That's the problem. And that's why it's like, do they need to really shore up the run defense? No. They just need the offense to continue to cook like it has been over how many years, and all of a sudden they're just going to find a way. And that's why they're so scary. The Colts are a great team. Offensively, they're fun to watch. Defensively, they get after people. This last week, Jacoby Brissett basically was like, you guys have been shitting on me for years, and you put me behind this little kid, and now I'm going to show you how good I am and just get 5 more years in this league, which I love. But still, when you talk about the Colts going to Arrowhead, that's a different beast. Number one, that's exciting to think about, because the run game, if they could continue doing it all 4 quarters, would be so fun to watch. But in order to do that, you'd have to get to Mahomes way too fast. Can the Colts do that? I don't know. They're not the Broncos. If you're talking about a defense that gets after quarterbacks like that, that's where it's like, oh, shit. This could be really interesting. But their defense isn't really like that, and that's why I'm like, oh, man, the Chiefs still have me going.
If pro football was like professional wrestling, the Colts would roll into Arrowhead, and Daniel Jones would get hurt in the first half, and Andrew Luck would come out in pads for the second half, taking the Super Bowl.
I have breaking news.
That's what
I have breaking news on
You have
OLC.
breaking news?
I have breaking news.
As we end the show here.
As we end the show, the Tennessee Titans have fired Coach Callahan. Yes.
Oh, what? Man.
Just scrolled across my NFL Network ticker.
Wow.
Breaking news.
Wow. Hot Take Tuesday is going to be...
Titans fire Brian Callahan, president of football operations, Chad Brinker.
Oh, they did the whole thing.
No, that's what he said. He said that we met with Brian Callahan this morning to tell him we are making a change at head coach.
I wonder if they, it'd be hilarious if they gave the interim to his dad.
His dad takes off. His dad just starts crushing it.
All right, hey, he's going to go, hey, you want to come up here? You've been doing this for a long time. Why don't you just come be the interim head coach here? Keep it in the family.
Looking for someone with some experience in the trenches and veteran coach. Yeah, okay.
Well, listen, before we go, though, we have to get to this Dallas game, because Rico Dowdle, number one, not only did this dude tell you to come ready and buckled, but you fucking didn't. Like, okay, and I know we're doing this new show segment tomorrow. We better be firing somebody, Mackey, because I already know who I'm firing for my first ever episode. This guy it's been weeks I've been wanting to do this. You better have that fucking button ready to be pushed. What Rico Dowdle did to Dallas, and I just still cannot get over this. Dallas is finally good on offense. Like George Pickens, holy shit, right? You get
without CeeDee Lamb,
bro. Wait till he comes back. What are you fucking talking about? It just sucks that your defense can't stop a nosebleed and your team sucks. It's like, dude, you guys are so good on offense.
I wonder if a top tier pass rusher in the NFL would help that defense.
Do you know anybody on the street?
Do you know anyone that was in the building and used to wear a star?
I don't.
Do you know anyone that used to be employed that maybe could like help this defense get to the passer, do all kinds of weird looks?
DeMarcus Ware?
If you called the Packers
Tank Lawrence
now and said, "Hey, we want Micah Parsons. We want to trade for him." What would it? So it was
6 first rounders. I'm going to need 6 first rounders, Jerry. I'm going
to need 3 first rounders, and I go ahead and send me CeeDee Lamb and Tyler Smith. Go ahead and send me those 2 top tier players, and you can have Micah back.
Dude, I offensively, they're out of control, and they're watching.
Jake Ferguson's clicking. You've got George Pickens clicking. I mean,
CeeDee's
everything for Dallas. Like CeeDee's not even coming. They're going to have to. They're going to be the Bengals of last year.
They are.
They're going to have to score 40+ points to win football games,
and they're still going to lose.
Because listen, I love Carolina. You know I do. I'm a Carolina stan for a lot of these things. I think Bryce Young's going there. I like Rico Dowdle, but that's not a playoff team. Like that's not a team that's proven for the first 6 weeks of the season that, they're turning the ball over in the first quarter. They're doing all kinds of stuff, and you let them beat you?
Yeah. Well, no. You didn't just let them beat you. You let a guy who was in your facility. We've talked about this several times, right? I feel like this narrative has been said several times. Somebody in your facility that left has now come back and kicked your ass, dude. Rico Dowdle literally was like a one-man wrecking crew. If it wasn't through the run game, it was through the passing game.
He had 200 yards of scrimmage line.
Dude, credit to Dave Canales for having him show up. Did you see that one play where they faked it to him and then he just slipped? I was like, dude, he's any way he can to get this guy to get his revenge game, which I'm all about. But for me, I want Dallas to be really good for some reason. After talking so much shit about them, because I see what they could be.
They're fun, dude.
And you're like, Matt Eberflus, you are fucking this whole thing up. Like, you seriously could be running the East right now, and you're not. You're in last place because you can't stop anything. Nothing. My 7th grade team could walk in here and run tag better than this shit. It's insane. I don't get what's going on. And Jerry's just over here giving people the finger, getting fined a ton of money. Like, it's a mess down there, dude. I'm sorry. And I feel bad for Shoddy because he's doing a great job. And he's not going to get fired, is he?
I hope Jerry doesn't fire him. I really hope.
Please
it's
don't.
not
Please
his
don't,
fault.
Jerry.
I really don't think you
good.
can't pin this on Shoddy. There's not a lot of dysfunction within the team. There's no one's doing a podcast weekly and calling team members
Pickens hasn't gotten in trouble for anything.
Pickens hasn't tried to fist fight anyone down the field yet. He's just holding ball in one hand and hurdling people and trying to it's fun in Dallas right now. We'll see how it ends up there. Mackie, I know we got to run here. So
sorry, Mac. I'm sorry.
We got to go. So as Mackie always says, for Rhino, for Sirles, for the Mac, we'll see you guys tomorrow. This is the O-Line Committee.